Baby, when I look at you, it's like I'm flying through your galaxy. Yeah. And when I close my eyes, I'm landing on your stars, girl. I'm trying to change reality, but it always seems so hard. But I promise I'ma have you, and this is where it starts. This is a new one, I'm trying not to run. She looking like a golden goddess. I can't help but love everything that you made up of. The way she looking right now, got a fat chest, pretty small brown hair. I can't lie, she the hottest girl in the world that I can't even deny. I've got to have her, already set my plans up. I'm just being honest, lately I've been way too modest. She my Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande. She my Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande. She my
star, she shines so bright. Girl, this just ain't right. You know that I deserve a chance. So what we gon' do tonight? Cause baby, you stay on my mind. Some new realities we could find. Heavenly kisses across my face could never be replaced. So this is a new one, I'm trying not to run. She looking like a golden goddess. I can't help but love everything that you made up of. But the way she looking right now, got a red dress, pretty smell, brown hair. I can't lie, she the hottest girl in the world that I can't even deny. I've got to have her, already set my plans up. I'm just being honest, lately I've been way too modest. She my Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande. She my Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande, Ariana Grande. She my She my get it, Trey.
This is a new one, I'm trying not to run. She looking like a golden goddess.
I can't help but love everything that you made up of. But the way she looking right now, got a red dress, pretty small brown hair. I can't lie, she the hottest girl in the world that I can't even deny. I've got to have her, already set my
All right. Thank you guys for joining in. It's your boy Matt Arrington here at No Offense. As we've all been waiting, this is the interview time with Green Kanvaz. So I'm not gonna keep you hold up. You know how we do. We're gonna jump right in it. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my man in, and we're gonna get started on this interview questions. Thanks again for tuning in, and let's get started. All right, Mr. Kanvaz, Mr. Green Kanvaz, how you doing today, boss?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey man, I'm blessed and highly favored. Once again, thank you so much for being on the show, man. Again, we couldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys. So I definitely appreciate you taking time out from your busy schedule and sitting with us today and letting us all get to know you and your music, man. You ready to hop in this thing today?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, so let's kick off that first question, boss man. How old are you right now?
I just turned 29, March 28th.
March 28th, man. Well,
Yeah.
happy belated birthday, man. It sounds like we just missed you,
Thank you.
man. Just missed you.
Right.
How's your let me ask you something. How's your outlook on life now at 28, man? I,
Man,
on
it's
29, my bad. I'm sorry.
right now. No, you straight. It's been fluctuating throughout the last few years. A lot has happened to to my experience right now. So I used to think like if I don't make it by the time I'm 30, and I'm gonna give up. Basically, I'm gonna try to move forward with other things or whatever. But I see it now, I still feel like I'm, in my prime. I'm young. I still have ample amount of time and opportunity. So I just want to make sure that when my son gets older, he sees that his dad is doing something with himself. You know what I mean?
Man, for sure. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm just getting ready to turn 30, and I'm right there with you, man. For a long time, I kind of figured, what was I gonna do with my life? You know what I'm saying? And
Man,
when I say this just clicked for me. So don't worry. This is the beginning, man. Great things are yet to come, and I love the fact that you definitely keeping your son in mind and show him over anything that, man, you got to keep your mind focused, set out to achieve what you're going to achieve, and what is time but just some pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about that. Do what you're supposed to do what you got your mind to do, man, and I'm sure he'll follow that and take that to his heart, man. So definitely glad that you're doing this music thing, man, and definitely glad that you're showing him those big old things, man. Because listen, we expect great things from y'all. I heard your music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, yeah, that was him playing in the beginning. In case y'all didn't know, that
yeah.
Ariana Grande. You know what I'm saying? Getting plays on
Man,
YouTube. Y'all definitely need to go check that out. If y'all didn't get a chance to hear it, and maybe it was a little late in on the broadcast, you need to, it is on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You need to find it. You need to go look at it, support them, subscribe, like. You know what I'm saying? And,
life,
and definitely give them the love. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
man.
so how long have you been at your craft, boss?
Oh God, it's been a long time coming, man. I started when I was like 15, 16, around that area. I started off more so as a hobby rather than anything else. And I think it just grew on me after a while. See, my family did music a lot. Like my parents both were in this rap group, a religious rap group called Soul Chasers, and they did music throughout my childhood. And while like there was times where I like wouldn't be able to go to sleep because my dad was up there in the attic mixing and mastering some of his tracks, and I would just be like in a bed trying to go to sleep, but I'd be bobbing my head to whatever he's got going on. Go back upstairs, son. Daddy. And then my older brother got into it and started using my dad's equipment and doing his own thing, and I just kind of followed suit in a way.
Sure.
More so like in a, well, let me just try it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I was at first, and I just did it. I just did it to get whatever emotions I had going on off my chest, and that kind of stuff, until I felt like I was decent. I was like halfway decent at what I was doing, and then I got on a few songs with my brother, and then after that I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is what I'm gonna do for a living.
For sure, man. Are you able?
Yeah.
I know you said you came from the family of musicians, man. Like, do you? Well, as far as artists, do you any of you guys play music? Any guys play instruments, or is it?
Instrument. Well, my dad used to play the guitar. I know he's really good at the piano, and I'm not sure. I'm not honestly sure if anybody else does anything now. Like I'm pretty sure my older brother probably does like the piano or something. I just I don't know. But I've tried to play the guitar. I'm not good at it. I went and bought myself one and everything. I've been trying to learn, but I'm not there yet.
Hey, man, listen. As long as you keep it close, I always say one day, on a rainy day, maybe when you'll pick it up, bro, and it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
have that music in your life for sure. So, when is I know you said that you've been doing this since 15 and 16. When was that moment that it clicked that professionally, man, this is what what you want to make a living doing?
Well, I mean, it took a minute. It took a good minute before I felt, you know, that before I felt that way about it or whatever. I was in college at the time when it happened, when I got that idea in my mind, because I was literally like I was just playing around with stuff. And then there was this one day where I was just like, I didn't have no inspiration. I didn't have I didn't have no motive behind anything or whatever. And I was just sitting in the studio, and I like went on Facebook and was like, hey, can somebody come up with the idea of like a topic that I could talk about or something? And my one of my cousins had commented on it and was like, you should do a song about tacos. And I was like, all right, bet. So I did it. And like when when I made the song, I was just goofing around or whatever. And it's a silly kind of song or whatever. But the thing that made it click for me was after I made that song, I showed it to my parents, and that was like one of the first times my parents was like, you were so talented, you did this, and like however, like as it took me like 10 to 15 minutes to write the song, and everything, and like you did that, like this is so creative, you know what I mean, like for somebody to go and make a song about basically nothing, you know what I mean, like that's kind of how they felt about it, like that's kind of how they made it seem like this is like one of those like great, like one of those like super great things that nobody else could do type of thing, that's how I felt whenever they was talking to me about it. So I was like, maybe I should do this, maybe I am good at this.
For sure, man. Listen,
Yeah.
I've had the opportunity of hearing tacos. Let me tell you something, man. That
Yeah.
thing belongs, like, and I don't mean this to be offensive. That thing belongs on Disney, man. I feel like little kids could definitely get behind that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? If,
Right.
it's definitely kid friendly. You had me in here jamming. You saw. Then my mom said, "Let's give me some taco." Man, listen, my
Right.
my wife is Mexican. You know what I'm saying? We don't turn down no tacos in this household. You heard me?
Man.
So for sure, man,
I feel you.
I'm definitely rocking with that, man. How does your creative process work? Is it do you set aside time to write, or is it like when you get an urge, do you have to hit the studio right then and there, or how do you manage to work on your music?
Well, that has been kind of a wild situation, because like whenever like back in the past, it used to be just like one of those, like I'll just sit down and think about whatever I got going on at the moment or how I feel about whatever, and I'll just like start writing. um after after like back in 2012, I believe I started working with my homie Latre. And he, like me and him, like we taught each other a lot. He taught me how to make beats and everything. So me and him would sit. Oh, 1 second, I'm
No
sorry.
problem, boss.
Thank you, son. The page son is down to the air. Yeah, I'm in the middle of an interview. I need you to go upstairs, okay? Thank you. Upstairs. Sorry about that.
Hey, there, no
Um,
problem.
go upstairs, son.
What? If you
Um,
want to, man.
back,
If you want to, man.
huh?
What's his name? He want a couple seconds of camera time, man.
He'll probably enjoy it a little too much. Hold
No
on,
problem.
Junior, come here. Come here.
This is where we get to see what you do it for, man. You know what I'm saying? We all
Right.
got kids at home. We know how it is, boss.
Come here.
Yeah.
Ah, this is my boy. Look at the camera.
Hey,
Say hi.
hey, boss man.
Hi.
How you doing, man?
I got my game right here.
He said, "How you doing? How are you doing?"
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for asking. What's your name?
Uh, Chewer.
It's Junior. All right, don't get shy now, man. You want to be in the camera. We want to see you. Everybody wants to say
Yeah,
hey.
but it was already my right here was my game when I told you.
For sure, man. We just wanted to say, hey, we're gonna borrow your dad for a little bit, okay?
He's not even paying attention no more. Go upstairs, son.
Alright. Well,
He all into that game.
Hey man, I know how it is, boss man. So yeah,
Man, but yeah, but back to that. I was me and my homie Latrey, we taught each other a lot. He taught me how to make beats and stuff. So ever since I got a little bit better at making beats or whatever, I would kind of have like I would have a feeling about like this is how I feel or whatever, or this is what I want to talk about, and then I would like make like I would like create the chords, or I would like have like a little drum pattern that kind of reflects how I feel at the moment, and then I would kind of vibe off of that. So it's like, and then like now it's like both. Like I'll do both. Like sometimes I'll write something, or I'll have an idea in my head and I'll like record it on my phone, and then like later on I'll make the beat to it, and then I'll write the rest of it from there.
for sure, for sure. I just wanted to say, man, while we're on, it looks like your homie Latrey, man, he definitely wants someone love, man. So your interview, it looks
Yeah.
it looks like also looks like we got an Ali Wonders, man, who says you the goat, my man. So we just wanted to go ahead and acknowledge them and say thank you for watching, man, and for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right. But yeah, so it sounds like you guys really learned a lot from each other, and I definitely could see where, as far as the craft came in handy, as far as making the beats, because I do listen to your beats, and I can tell, man, they're original, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love the inspiration, the creativity behind it. Let me ask you. We all just saw Junior now, so I got a kind of question. I kind of think I know the answer toward this question, but I have to ask anyway. What is your motivation on those days that you might get out of bed and you might not feel like doing this, or you might have a bad headache, or you just it's just not the best of days. What is that motivation that gets behind you and lets you know to definitely keep pushing forward and living your dream?
Yeah, that's definitely my motivation right there, my son. Like he sleeps in the same bed as me now because he don't, you know how kids are. He don't like going to sleep without daddy being around. So whenever I wake up in the morning, usually he'll be right there. He'd be like, "Daddy, daddy, this, blah blah blah, whatever, whatever he got going on." And he'll like tell me about a dream that he had, or he'll tell me about how he feels this morning, or I want to talk to this person, or I want to do this today, or whatever the case is. So whenever he brings that energy towards me, I feel it, and I feel like, okay, this is what I need to do, X, Y, and Z, so I could make sure that he's good.
For sure.
you know
For
yeah.
sure, man. All right, so let's ask. As like you said, you started early. Started on early on, and then as time progressed, you progressed. What if you can go back to the beginning of your career with the knowledge that you have right now? Are there things that you would tell yourself to maybe focus on this area a little bit more, or any opportunities that you feel may have left on the table, or even is there anything that you would tweak just a little bit to kind of get you maybe where you are or even further by this point, or is the journey just been what it's had to been to get you where you are now?
Well, I feel like definitely been a lot of times where I kind of fell short of a lot of things or whatever. There's definitely been times where I had a golden opportunity, where I had somebody that I was working with, or I had somebody that that could have been more beneficial to me in this situation, or I was messing with people that was not beneficial at all. You know what I mean? Like, there's been various instances where I definitely, like, if I go back now, I'll be like, hey, don't mess with this person. Start talking to this person more. Um, whenever, like, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, I had this big gigantic moment where, like, well, area period of time where I didn't do no music whatsoever, and I was just like in a big funk, and I'd have told myself, push through that, work on your craft, because there's so much more out there that I didn't know about at the time, that probably could have skyrocketed my movement.
One thing I always say, man, as long as you learn something from it, there's no such thing as a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? So it's all been part of
True.
the creative process. So it's you know what I'm saying. But I do have to ask that because we're just trying to measure it. Have you grown now that you know those things? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Have you have you achieved that lesson that was being taught at the time? And I feel like definitely I can tell from your demeanor and from where you've come, what I'm saying, from the beginning, that I do feel like you've made that. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This is gonna be completely random, but I just gotta ask you, man, because I know, like, during these interviews, in case you guys don't know, the artist doesn't necessarily see me, but I know you had a chance to see me before the interview.
Yeah.
And I gotta ask, how long you been growing your hair, man? I'm bald, man. You know what I'm saying? How long I gotta rock this? You know what I'm saying? Till I can show up like you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I've only had this for 3 years. It's been growing for 3 years. Well, it'd be 4 this year because I started growing it when my son's mom told me that she was pregnant, and we actually started growing it together, and we were all gonna like have like all three of us were gonna have like locks or whatever. We just right now we haven't had the motivation to get his twisted yet because we don't want to make a decision for him, and he doesn't want he don't want to stick with it at the end of the day.
Understand.
So but yeah, it's been 3 years. We definitely went through that ugly phase for for a minute, like the little tiny twists that keep getting undone at the end of the day or whatever, and go to sleep with it like that or whatever, and they like the pillow like roughs it out or something.
Yeah. Now that's why
Yeah.
I had to ask because I see yours are they're manicured, they're taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know, like, I know it's hard to imagine, man. When I was younger, I actually attempted some dreads, man. We're not even gonna those
Yeah.
who know me, who knew me back then. We're not gonna talk about those, and y'all keep that to yourself. On the way to the grave.
Right.
Don't even bring it up. Y'all got pictures, burn them. Don't even pop them up.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I feel about the little phase that I went through, the ugly phase. You like see me with the little tiny twist or whatever. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But I'm glad that I'm got through
For
that.
sure, for sure. So at this point, have you done any live performances?
Yeah, I've me and actually my homie Latre that I was just talking about earlier. That was him on that Ariana Grande song, by the way. That was me and him on that, and he made the beat for that and everything. His stage name's Trey Okane. I probably could get you to interview him too sometime
For sure,
soon.
for sure.
But yeah, me and him we've been moving together a lot lately, and we did me, him, and actually my little brother. We did a performance at the Fringe Festival last year, um, and it was at the Buffalo Room, and we rocked that show a couple of days in a row or whatever. Before that, we've done various shows like places at like the Riot Room, the Roxy Bar, and so on and so forth. We were supposed to go to South by Southwest this year, but it got canceled.
I understand, but if the funny part is if you South by Southwest, in case you guys don't know, is held here in Austin, in Texas, and that's where I am. You know what I'm saying? So I might have got the
Yeah,
opportunity to see you live then. So, but hopefully
man.
next year, because they do it every year. You guys can rock that
Yeah,
stage, and maybe we'll have the opportunity to pull up on you guys and see, how you do it. If we haven't seen you live before then, because
right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, because I actually tried, like, because we're not sure if it's actually gonna be able to happen or not, but there's a show in Dallas in June or July, I believe, in June, that we signed up for, and I believe we got accepted. I have to check to be sure.
Well, definitely. When you get the details on that, man, shoot them to me. You know what I'm saying? Here at No Support. I mean, sorry, No Support. Oh my God.
No
Tell me turn
support.
that off. Too bad we're live. I can't
No.
say that. I can't redo that. Here at No Offense, we are all about the support. You know what I'm saying? So definitely let me know
Right.
when the details on that, and I'll be sure to blast it. For the audience, so that way, we
Definitely.
can be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So we can see you. We can promote your performance, and make sure we got people from here to come out and support you as well.
Right,
As
right.
far as before your first performance, if you can remember back, that first performance, do you know how you felt
Man.
before you took the stage, how you felt while you were rocking the show, and how you felt as soon as you made it to the curtain?
Well, I can tell you definitely 100% because I've always dealt with anxiety. my whole life. I've always been the shy one of the family. Like if you know my family, there's my older brother who is like out there and outlandish, and he'll talk to anybody and he'll do whatever. Then you got my little brother who is pretty much the same. Like he'll talk to anybody. He'll like rock the show or whatever. He's all hype and everything. You got my little sister even who like she doesn't do music, but she's like out there and open and you know what I mean. But then you got me. I don't know, son. Go upstairs. You got me who is shy and don't really I'm really reserved and I don't usually talk to anybody. If you see me at a party or whatever, I'm usually like the one on the wall somewhere, like by itself. So whenever I did my very first show, I was like somewhere like in the back at first, like because one of the shows that I used to do back then were always like one of like those variety shows where you have like a bunch of different artists going on. And so I would start off like I would come into place or whatever. I'd be in the back and just kind of be like reserved and shy or whatever, and like I wouldn't talk to nobody. People would come up to me like, "Hey, you performing?" I'm like, "Mm-hmm," And then so then they called my name on stage, and I would like try to sneak my way up there, and then they're like they start the music, and I'm like shaking and I'm scared. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know if anybody gonna like this, so on and so forth. But as soon as that music hit, and as soon as it was time for me to perform, like everything changed, and I felt like I was in the zone. I did my thing, and I felt good about myself throughout it. And then when it was over, I went right back to where I was, like all shaky and scared and reserved and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I did good. And people clapping still and everything. And I was just like, I don't know, you know. And then, but I still got like a bunch of pat downs and high fives and people asking for my number and all this other stuff. So it was like a like my anxiety was had the best of me the whole time except for when I was performing.
Gotcha. So is it like for lack of better words, is it like an alter ego that takes over? Like you become the green,
Yeah,
the
pretty
green canvas
much.
when the music starts.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of,
Like people like if you see me at a show in the future and I'm like quiet into myself or whatever, then you already know, like you know what I mean. Like as soon as that music hit, it's gonna be a
for some,
whole different person.
for sure, for sure. So I have to ask, here in film we use the green, what we call the green screen, which when I hear the green canvas, it kind of reminds me of that. How did you get your name? Like, what inspired that?
That that's funny. That's a funny story actually. When I was in high school, I went to Paseo, which is a performing arts school. Visual and performing arts school, and I went for visual arts. I was really good with drawing and graphic design and all this other stuff. So I went there, and everybody knew me based off of my favorite color, which is green. So people called me Green or Mr. Green, or things like that. So that name kind of stuck with me throughout high school and a little bit of the beginnings of college or whatever. Then my I had a friend who was a crump dancer, and he had his little crump name or whatever. Everybody had their little names or whatever, and I was like, hey, I want one too. So he called me Green the Canvas Snatcher. That was my crump name.
Man,
Green the Canvas Snatcher, yeah. So I took that and shortened it, made it Green Canvas, and I decided on that name because green obviously was my nickname through high school, but also it means immature and in nature and things of that nature. So that's kind of my personality. Like I'm really immature, and I like doing fun things and going out and stuff like that. And then Canvas just was based off of my artistic ability.
sure, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
It's when you said the green part, you started explaining the immature. I was like, it's interesting that you do that, because that just, to me, that lets you know that you have an introspective way of thinking as far as when you started. The fact that you realize that you hadn't necessarily reached the full potential of what you are yet to become. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Exactly.
man, I definitely like the introspect on that, man. So um, it says everyone hopes to be at the top of their game at some point in their career. Who would you say are some people that maybe that influence your particular style of how you do your artwork, your artistry?
Well, um, I like that because I have a various like a various artists that are like different styles, different types or whatever. My number one favorite artist of all time is T Pain. Always has been,
Tallahassee Pain,
and
man, yes sir.
yeah, and then so like he kind of influences me a little bit, but then you have like people like Jesse McCartney, or you have Jeremiah, the singer. You have Lil Wayne. Like it's just like a mixture of different like different styles, because you can't even just say different genres, because that like T-Pain could do pop or rap or whatever, and then you have Jesse McCartney, who is strictly pop and a white man. So then you have Lil Wayne, who's hip hop, and you got Jeremiah, who is like a trap pop star kind of, so it's kind of like a mixture of everybody, and I wouldn't say that I stick to one um genre or one type of music, you know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. I like the fact that you do have that blend. Like
Hmm.
that's such a variety of the artistry that you can pull references from, because it does give you a unique sound. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, when I hear your music, I don't think of anyone that sounds like you, and that's what you want. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
That's what I'm going for.
So, um, here's what I call the no offense banger. The people who've seen the interviews, you know what question is coming next. They could probably say it with me here. So let's say you wake up tomorrow, that phone rings. It's the best call of your career, your entire career. Tell me who's on the
Hmm.
phone and how the conversation goes.
Ooh, that's tough. It's got to be some type of executive. Yeah, definitely. Um, the best opportunity for me, in my opinion, would be somebody who could possibly give me a record deal without it being a record deal, if that makes any
No,
sense.
no signature, no slavery, huh?
Right, exactly. Like something, because originally I wanted to sign to some type of record deal that can kind of kickstart my career and get me where I want to be, but I don't have to be tied down to that label for however many years, and I don't like they don't own my name, that kind of
So
stuff.
are you talking like,
So that way I can kind of do my own thing.
gotcha? So are you talking like some kind of like maybe a distribution type deal, like somebody who can help get your name out, but will still give you creative control?
Yeah, that makes yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah, like that.
all right. So
'Cause-
go ahead. No,
mhm.
go ahead, man. I didn't want to cut you off. My bad.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say because what I kind of what I want is like I really want to be self-made. I want to kind of get there myself. However, I know it'd be way easier with somebody who has the connects, who has the who has everything that I need basically to excel right away. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Trying to cut. Basically, you're looking for somebody who has the knowledge and know-how, who's willing to give you that information without
Exactly.
trying to railroad you to some kind of crazy behind, paid out. I know. That's
Exactly.
the dream, my man. So I definitely wish you success and hoping to find that. These it, is there any artists, or let me put it this way: if you could do a dream collab, dead or alive, you know what I'm saying? It could be as many artists as you want. The money's not a problem. It could be any artist, dead or alive. Who would be on that track with
Well, one thing that I've always wanted to do, and I know it's gonna sound wild, is like I would want to do a song with Eminem, Justin Timberlake, and Dre and Timberland. I think that would be like wild as hell.
So you want them all on the track, or you want like Trey Timberland to influence the beat or the mix, or how is your work?
Well, Dre and Timberland would do the the beat or the the production and all that stuff. Cause like I would want like I've always liked the Timberland kind of where he would like at the end of like have you heard 2020
Yeah, yeah.
Vision?
We're f-
Justin Timberlake. So like how all the tracks flow into each
mm-hmm.
other. Like so I would want if it was my project, I would want it to be like the only collabs I get at all throughout that whole
Project.
thing would be Justin Timberlake and Eminem.
Wow.
And then Timbaland would make all the beats flow into each other, and Dre would be like he would basically make the beats if that makes any sense. Like he would do the production, but then Timbaland would make everything flow into each other.
That's like
And then yeah, and then I got Justin Timberlake on some of the hooks, and then I got him doing a verse or two, and then Eminem is just like all over the place pretty much.
hey man, it's hard to.
Cause he could, man, that would be because I already know Timbaland and Dr. Dre kind of got some type of beef going on. So
Hey, when you have the greats, like, I mean, you naming Dre, you naming Timbaland, you naming Eminem. That's all. That's enough heat in one room. You know what I'm saying? You know what
right,
I'm saying?
true.
Like, here's the thing: if there is beef with Dre and Timbaland, you got Eminem in the room. So I don't know how good Timbaland.
Man, true.
I
Yeah,
don't know how good
Eminem, yeah,
Timbaland gonna have come out of that. You know what I'm saying? Unless he got something on him.
man,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
But yeah, dude. I would definitely be inspired to hear that because that's it's
yeah,
as like you call you refer to it maybe as weird, but I call it like I said creative control because what you just put together, I don't know too many artists. I don't know any artist really that would have put that kind of collaboration together. So with that being said, the
right,
magic that's made out of that, dude, would be monumental. You know what I'm saying? Like
man. I'm saying
that
like
would be crazy.
it would be
Yeah,
crazy, like legit. Like that would be the number one hit, or the number one anything for years to
for
come.
sure.
I don't know why they haven't done anything like that before. You know,
Hey man, they never had a green canvas to put it together, boss. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the missing piece
true,
is you. So these
true.
next questions, man, these are what I call the kickback on the couch questions. These are going to be more to get to know you on a personal level because not everybody gets to know your time personally to sit down like we
Right.
get to today. So we're gonna ask you a few questions. These are gonna be more like personal so questions, not so much about your artwork. Okay. So
Okay.
the first thing when I have to, this is the only question that has an introduction. I said I have to remind you. Please don't say anything that may require a lawyer or bail money or anything like that because we
Yeah.
don't have it here. I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
But I have to ask, what's radio ready? What is the craziest thing you've done that you can talk about publicly? You know what I'm saying? And would you do it again?
Uh, Craziest thing I've done. I don't. Well, I can talk about this. I mean, it's not that bad. Me and my friends were at the plaza some years ago, and it was the 4th of July. We had just went and seen a movie, and one of my friends had lit a firecracker and like just threw it in the air, and we like ran from the security. I thought that was hilarious, and it was fun. As like the funniest thing about it is everybody else like ran dispersed and just like ran off, and I just kept walking. Security guard came up to me. It was like, "Hey, what did you just see that?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just saw a movie. I'm just about to go. I'm walking home now.
I ain't
So
see nothing. I don't
not a
know
big
nothing. Don't ask me nothing. I don't know.
man. Exactly. I was like, hey, I'm just here. It was like you was just walking with the guy who did that. I was like, nah, I just came out this movie. I don't know nothing.
100, 100, for sure, man.
Man.
All right. So, what's okay? Let's say you get a call. Green Canvas is wanting to do some shows around the world. You get on the plane, and man, everybody's streaming Netflix, Hulu. You can't get your movie to play consistently, but thank God you got those five top movies of yours in the bag that you can pop in. What are those five movies on the trip with you, boss?
Well, there's Scott Pilgrim.
Okay.
That's my favorite movie of all time. I will play that on repeat. Um, like any of the Marvel movies, like pretty much. Well, no, let me not say any. The majority of the Marvel movies, because that first Captain America movie, I still to this day have not watched that all the way through.
Can't bring
I
yourself
have
to it.
not. Like I fell asleep every single time. That one and the first Thor movie. I just cannot get through those. Um, you said top three or
Well, it's actually top five, but man, hey, if you're gonna put a couple of
top
them on
five?
repeat, you good. It's up to you. It's your world.
Right, yeah. Scott Pilgrim is gonna be on repeat. uh, any of the Marvel movies. Um, three would be. It would have to be like a Eddie Murphy movie. I'm trying to think of a specific one. Uh, I definitely could watch Coming to America on repeat. Um, what else? I'm trying. I don't know. Uh, Shoot. Why can't I think of any movies right
I just
now?
asked you, you weren't expecting it. I tell you what.
Right.
I tell you what. Do you have any TV
Uh,
shows you watch that you would follow? Maybe.
well, I mean, I watch a lot of cartoons, so I mean, I haven't. I don't think I like anything new though.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. It would be something like. I mean, I used to watch Adventure Time, but I've seen every episode of that, so I don't think I would. um. Oh, Heroes. Have you heard of
Yes,
Heroes?
yes, yes.
Um, I will watch that. I will watch that over again. I will watch that over and over again. That series, because that series was
For
dope.
sure, for sure. Okay. All right. Well, what's something you can't go a day without doing?
Drinking Monster.
Hey, my boy got a can
Yeah.
right there, man.
Right. I got it right
My boy,
now.
hey, you hear that monster? You need to endorse this brother. He already got the can
Right.
ready.
Real life. Real life. I always like I just ran out of them the other day and I went got to be another case. I had to.
For sure. For sure. All right. All right. Um, what's one food that you could not live without? Let's say if there was a shortage, and it doesn't even have to be a specific food. I will make it this. It could be the food or a complete dish. But if you had to eat one for the rest of your life, what is it?
Meatloaf.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, meatloaf, and that throw a lot of people off because everybody know I love tacos, but I live through eating tacos every day, and I don't think I could do that.
Now you talking about them Taco Bell tacos, or you talking about some authentic Mexican tacos, man?
Just well, I've never really had authentic tacos I went to a restaurant with my auntie once, and she like ordered the authentic tacos with the corn shell and all that. I couldn't do that.
Man, listen, if
But
you make it in the
man,
South,
like I could like the corn shell by itself was too much for me. but like I've had homemade like the with the soft shell tacos and all that, the flour tortillas. I've had that like every day for like 2 or 3 months straight, and I couldn't handle it.
man.
Like I got tired of it after a
One
minute.
thing I would say, have you ever been to Texas?
Yeah, I've been back and forth a few times.
Oh, okay. So you had the pleasure of stopping and eating here in Texas before, Mexican restaurant.
I've had Whataburger, and they have. I know they got Checkers down there, son.
It's, oh,
You're very good. Thank you. Good job. Can you go upstairs, please?
hey man, I gotta say no. Hey, I gotta say, man, for real, no joke, man. Great parenting. It sounds like he definitely knows ABCs, man. You in the right direction.
Right.
You in
Yeah.
the right
Yeah.
direction, man. Shoot, cause hey, I'm not trying to be funny now. Some out there, some 3-year-olds can't do that, man. Some.
Yeah. True. No. My cousin told me he works at a daycare, and he's like he got this 5-year-old that he was trying to teach he was trying to teach her how to do it, and she could not get the first three letters. And I'm like, what?
A B C. Put on Michael Jackson for about put on Jackson 5 for about good 15-20 minutes to see if he come
Right.
back in you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But for sure, what I was gonna all I was gonna say is, man, if if you had the opportunity, if you're here next year or if you're here in a minute, at Dallas, before you get up out of the state, you need to stop at one of the restaurants that says authentic Mexican food. And I'm telling you, them tacos are
Okay.
not gonna taste nothing like. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I say that is because I'm a Florida boy. I was born and raised in Florida. I've only been in Texas 2 years, and I have seen all kinds of signs that say authentic Mexican food in Florida. But when you get over here, next to Mexico,
It-
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Right. True.
It is not.
True. A whole different
What
story, huh?
man? Let me tell you, somebody on the East Coast lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say
Mm.
somewhere it got lost. Maybe they forgot a little bit about it on the way from the west to the east. But it's definitely not the
Right.
same. It's definitely not the same. So I just got a couple
Right.
more questions here for you, man, and then I'll be able to let you go here. Um, what are some of your personal goals for the next 5 years, my man?
Well, definitely, I need to surpass my older brother. I know I told you earlier, but I didn't say it live. My older brother has been working with Tech Nine and a bunch of other people. I'm not sure if I can say, but he's been working with a lot of people lately, and he's been climbing up the ladder. I did a song with him on his newest album, and he said that it's the top rated song of his album or whatever. So I'm a little proud of that, but at the same time, he up there doing tracks with Tech Nine and producing stuff for all types of people, and he got his clothing line that's like going crazy right now, the Real Apparel, and like he doing his thing, and I'm trying to get beyond him.
Just a little.
Like, cause like you wanna match, I want to match him. Like, I no disrespect on him or nothing, but I want to match him, but I want to get past him.
So a little civil, a little good civil, rivalry. Just good healthy
Right,
competition. Uh,
right, right.
I know he's your brother, and if you can't say his name, no problem. But
Oh no, yeah, Sully 4Q. I can say it.
okay,
Yeah,
okay. So definitely watch out for him, man. We definitely want to support both of you guys. I hope to see you guys both at the top. My I got two more questions for you, man. Actually, three more. Let's start with this one. If your life was a movie or a book, what would the title be to it?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one. Right now, it'd probably be called "Damn," like Kendrick's album. Damn.
Hey, man.
Just like, damn. I don't know.
No, hey, listen. Hey, that in itself lets you know, that you gonna have to see the movie because words ain't. It sounds like the words ain't even gonna put it where at the beginning where it needs to start at. You know,
Exactly. Exactly. Like, you can't even explain nothing right now.
and how can we follow and get more of Green Canvas? What are your social media handles? Where can we find the music? Are you on all platforms? Go ahead and let the people know what it is,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, I'm on everything: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that under Green Canvas. Is Green, Kanvaz. As far as my music goes, you can find it any streaming platform, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all of that under Green Canvas. I also have, like, my most recent tracks are mostly with my boy Latre. His stage name Trey Okane. So if you see anything of his, it's usually Trey Okane featuring Green Canvas on there. So, and then we also have a collab social platform that we're building called Sketch Audio.
Okay, okay.
So
So we'll
yeah,
definitely be on the lookout for sketch audio for sure. Um, and then here, if in the future, man, because like I say, I expect greatness from everyone we have the pleasure of talking to, because we're just blessed to be able to catch you guys, before you hit that top, because I expect you guys to peak at some point. So if in the future, if your
right.
schedule permits, man, would you be willing to come back on the show and allow us to interview you again and talk about your growth?
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Even though, like, if I get to the point where I'm like on Jay Z level or something, I definitely come back anytime.
That's definitely appreciated, man. I just want to say thank you again, man. Thank you again, Green Canvas, for coming and chilling out with us, man. Giving the people opportunity to get to know
Anytime.
you. As you can tell, this brother's a very, very humble brother, man. You need to make sure you follow him again. In the beginning, we played Ariana Grande. It looks like on the way out here, we're gonna play Ghost Zone for you. So again, be on the lookout for this brother everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere audio is played, definitely make sure he has video. You know, he has his music on YouTube, Spotify, any of your favorite ways to listen to music. You definitely need to be typing in Green Canvas.
Definitely.
Okay, so
Definitely. Oh, and if I can, I want to shout out J Stacks because he the only reason why I'm here. And also me and him, we used to collab a lot back in the day when he used to stay down here in Kansas City before he moved back to Florida.
oh, you talking about MF Stacks? For
Yeah,
sure, man. Hey, thank you for saying that. Shout out to my boy, cause he, without you, and this is for him and for every artist who has helped put somebody else on here, man. We're all about support here, and I appreciate you guys for sharing the spotlight, putting these people on our radar, because support is everything, my man. It's absolutely free to support those who you know and who are trying to strive to do something great. So we definitely appreciate the love. We definitely appreciate the opportunity. Green Canvas, we appreciate you for sitting here today with us, man. You know, we appreciate you for giving us the opportunity to get to know your son. Tell Junior, man, definitely thank you for letting us borrow his dad. You know what I'm saying? For sitting here with us,
right.
and man, for the man, I'm at a lost of words finally, man. I talk all damn day and I can't think of none words. For lack of better words, definitely, man. We hope that you have a great day, a great year, a great life, a great success story, and we hope to see you soon. I hope to see you in my state soon, man.
Right, yeah, definitely. I'll be down there. If I'm not down there performing, I'll be down there doing something else, I'm
There you
sure.
go, there you go, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and
Man,
let them take out on this Ghost Zone again. Make sure you like, subscribe, and get his brother your support, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. With no offense, and y'all guys have a great day and God bless, man.
yeah.
I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. Little green, he was only 14 when he knew what he wanted. Although it was a dream, he got so many issues, but that's not how it seems. He was always on a mission. He said it was meant to be, but he really wasn't known. He was meant to be alone. He found every single reason to be sitting by his lonesome. He didn't know some things he could change, cause he stayed up in his head. He just thought that he was a strange like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. Lately, I've been thinking about me, about how I've been living like I'm in the ghost. No one noticed. I've been focused, making magic, focus like I'm in the ghost. I guess I'm just invisible. Don't know why it's so deep. Like I'm in the ghost. I feel like I'm so miserable. I just know I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel, I feel like I'm in the ghost zone. I feel, I feel. I feel like I'm in the ghost zone.